friends. Okay, so we are headed to the garden today. It has been so windy. It has been like for days now. We had a big storm yesterday. I mean, it was decently big, but then almost about 2.5 days ago, we had 2 baby lambs that were born. So anyway, I thought I would show you some of that today. I won't be able to talk probably outside at all because of the wind. But I thought we could show you some things. So we'll be in the kitchen today. So I'll take you along with me for that as well. These are all the potatoes that we're doing today.
Dad, if I can do it, you can do it.
Tankers. Since this video, both mamas have actually had their babies. I'm not going to share any of their birth story in this video, but 2 were born great and 2 needed help. So that was a really big journey for us, but they did it. In this little section, I'm just making sure that their tummies are full. Their mama is a good nurser, but her udder doesn't appear to be very big. So I just want to make sure that they're getting enough, and they definitely are. So Mama Tallulah, I'm not sure if you saw any of her birth story on Instagram. I put some things there. She did really good. So she delivered baby girl just fine. That's Quinn. And then baby boy got stuck. He was born not really breech, but feet first. And I let her go and work on it for about 20 minutes, and then we ended up having to pull him out. And when yeah, his name is Quavo. When babies are born feet first, they often have a lot of mucus on their face, and he did, and so he wasn't breathing, so we had to pull it off as quickly as we can. Mama was trying to clean him too, and then he still wasn't breathing, so we were rubbing his tummy and suctioned his nose out, and he took a big gasping breath, and obviously he did. He lived, didn't he, buddy? So anyway, we've just been watching though, because she's a very protective mom, which I'm thankful. She's doing really well with that. She's kind of a private nurser is the only way I can explain it. She doesn't like nursing when we're around, so I've been checking her. Her udder is not very big, but they're growing. They're warm. Their bellies do feel full. So I'm just watching to make sure that we don't need to give any supplementation of that, but so far, so good. And then we have Tatum over there. She's due, my guess would be by the weekend, any day. And by her, she's actually a little bit bigger than what Tallulah was, so I'm assuming she's having twins. But we'll see. She could just be a big baby. Today's goal in the garden is to get all of these potatoes planted. I'm not planting enough for us, for our family, for an entire year, but I am planting a lot. I should have counted. I didn't do that, but I just have a space allotted for my potatoes. We did about 3 rows. I don't even know how long they are. My kids are helping me. We have done the Ruth Stout method before, but this year we're just doing it really simple, just kind of making a row and dropping them in, and then we will continue to mound over them with hay or soil as they grow. We got them all done on this day, and I was relieved. And yes, my boys were mesmerized by all of the worms. There were so many huge ones, which is great. And the area that I'm planting in has been a problem area, so halfway through last year, I just stopped growing things there, and I just started mounding compost and discarded animal bedding. And look at these. It's very encouraging to see all of these huge worms, and that the soil is not rock solid. If you're new in this place, what you might not know is that this used to be a very
large horse pasture that was just run by horses and not really maintained in any way. And so we have been working to restore the land to be able to grow. So we've been dealing a lot with compaction of the soil, and just being able to do the potatoes this way this year is just a sign of so much growth. And yes, that is my daughter back there being ridiculous and silly. She keeps us laughing and on our toes all the time, and she knows when I push record she's probably going to be dancing or making a face. But anyway, this was a very fun day working together in the garden, even though it was so incredibly windy, and we got done everything that we needed to. So the other areas of the garden will be planted over the next few weeks, but we do have to still do a little bit more tilling. We're trying to get to the point where we are no-till, but we're just not quite yet there in a few spots. But some areas we are, and they don't need to be tilled. So yes, making progress feels really, really good. So it'll be great to just see all of this come to life this year again as we enter the 2024 garden season.
That is Oak Hill.
This was later the afternoon. I told them if they worked hard with me for a bit, then we would head down to the river. And yes, they wanted to jump in and do a cold plunge. I'm slightly shocked. The other day I went in with them and I actually slipped and fell in. And I'm telling you, it is very, very cold, but it did feel really good. So I think only Riggins ended up jumping all the way in. He was trying to psych himself up to go under, and he did do it. So it was a quick trip to the river. Oh, actually, that's Shad. So Shad, no, that is Riggins. So yeah, he did it. He was very proud of himself, and I'm pretty sure I told him that he would get a popsicle if he went under. So he is very motivated by that. So we're back in the kitchen now, trying to get it all cleaned up and ready to go to start just cooking and preparing food on this day. My goal was to get some of my kefirs started back up. They just needed a little bit of refreshing, and then I had some dishes to do, and I'm telling you, this corner sink, never ever put your sink in the corner. I try very hard to be grateful for our kitchen, but there are so many things about this kitchen that were just not thought through in any way. And when you're leaning that far over to do dishes in the corner, it just kills your back. But anyway, hopefully kitchen renovation will be in our near future, maybe. So my other goal was to get yogurt made today. I was completely out and we needed yogurt. So this is what we are working towards, just getting everything cleaned up and ready to go to then be used again. And when I know I'm going to be using things right away, I don't often spend massive amounts of time scrubbing, especially when the same ingredients are going to go into it. So this is what we are working towards on this particular afternoon. A couple of years ago, I started making my yogurt from scratch when I realized just how simple it was. And we've been getting raw milk from a local dairy farmer for a couple of years as well. And so this just works so good for us. We put it in smoothies and, everything you can possibly think of. So it's not challenging to make, and this isn't a tutorial, but it is, it just takes time. And a large part of the time you're waiting for the milk to cool because you can't put a live yogurt starter into hot milk. And there's ways that you can cool it faster, but honestly, I don't always do that. And in this video clip, Posey is helping me strain off our milk kefir. So milk kefir is similar. You can use it in similar ways as you can yogurt, like in smoothies and just different things. But it is loaded with even more probiotics and whatnot. So I just keep both on hand. And my kids tend to go for the yogurt more. Jason and I use the kefir more, but it all works great. And so we're straining these off, and then I'll get a whole nother batch of milk kefir going. Just really trying to focus on gut health. And when you realize there's things that you can do with ferments and things that help so immensely with that, and that it's simple, it really makes it enjoyable to do. So we always have things fermenting in our kit. I mean, I have this little area set up where there's always jars going. People often will come over and wonder what in the world it is. Tonight is Awana night at our church, so we were finishing up just memorizing a few verses. We just have a couple weeks left, so my kids are trying to get through their books, and working on memorization together is something that we enjoy doing, especially around the kitchen island.
Okay, so Posey is going to help me make cottage cheese. This is actually something we have never done before. So we don't actually have a milk cow, but we do get our milk from a local dairy farm, and we love raw milk a lot. So I'm always looking for different things. I have the reason I've been disinfecting or sterilizing, not disinfecting, sterilizing my Instapot is because our yogurt, we're all out of yogurt, so that will get going. We have some chocolate milk already made, and I always have to save a couple gallons for white milk. So now this one is we're gonna try and do cottage cheese. So if this turns out well, I'll put the recipe or a link. It's not my recipe, I'll just put the link down below, and you can try it. So I know we're gonna need a gallon of raw milk. And do you like cottage cheese? You're like kind of in the middle, right? Sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't. Shad, man, do you like cottage cheese? Yeah, Shad, when Shad was little, he loved cottage cheese. He was kind of it was. For a while, it was all I could be guaranteed to get him to eat. It was just a short little phase. And he would eat other things, but like I could always get him to eat that. I love cottage cheese. Several of my other kids love cottage cheese. I don't think Daddy likes cottage cheese. Does he? No, he doesn't. In fact, I don't think he likes it at all. But there's enough of us that do. Cooper loves cottage cheese. He's like me. We like eating it plain, or put it on mashed potatoes. We'll toast some sourdough bread and put it on there, and it kind of gets melty. It's so good. So anyway, we are going to try this today. Did you loosen it? Not yet?
No.
Okay, you're going to pour it very slowly into this pot.
All of it?
All of it.
Oh,
No, Sissy's going to do it. We had to have a new game plan. So I poured the milk in, and I grabbed my recipe, and I cannot find the recipe that I had the other day that I was going to do. And then I realized I didn't separate the cream from the milk, and you're technically supposed to do that, and I did not want to waste an entire gallon of milk. So we decided we're to go ahead and just make our mozzarella cheese, which we've done before. So we are making mozzarella cheese, and we will do cottage cheese maybe next week, right? Yeah.
Finally getting the yogurt going, and at this rate, this will be ready tomorrow. Definitely won't be ready tonight, and that's okay. I'll just go ahead and let it cool off all on its own and not try to rush that process, and then by tomorrow morning, it will be ready to go.
And that's also why babies don't like to be, new babies don't really like to be breastfed in a fetal position on their back because you're trying to nurse.
My girls and I are going to quickly, I just took my apron off, we're gonna quickly go run to a fun little local boutique, right? We're gonna go meet Big Sis there, so we'll be back later. Somebody is always trying to figure out how he can get out. Okay, I just got home from the boutique, and before I even go out, it is so windy. I thought I would tell you, I found a cute dress. I cannot wait to show you. I'm going to show you in another video, and not this one, but it is so cute. It's going to be great for summer. It's simple, it's light, it's soft. I will absolutely garden in it and just all of the things. If you've missed other videos, I love living in dresses in the summer just because to me, they're comfortable. So my dresses do have to be comfortable, but it's comfortable, airflow, all the things. And yep, I garden in dresses many days too. Not every day, but many days. So I will show you those soon because I also have a few that are coming from New Flora from their newest launch. I will link that below. Now I'm gonna go see if Mama Tatum has had her babies yet, but it has been a good spring day. Thank you for spending it with us in the kitchen, at the river. The mozzarella cheese did like really turn out lovely and wonderful. And I still have to go in and make dinner. We're gonna do fish tacos tonight. I'll share that recipe soon. It's so simple and we all love it. Even my kids that don't love fish, they love fish tacos. And it was a great day in the garden. We got all of our potatoes in. I'll do the onions probably this weekend. I need Jason to till up just a couple areas for me. Yeah, so anyway, happy Wednesday to you. By the time you see this, it will not be Wednesday, but I hope that you have had a lovely day. See you next time.